Later to regulated. His move made waves across Minnesota earlier this summer.
Tonight, we're getting a look at the relationship between the once assistant health commissioner and the medical marijuana company he now leads. Manny Munson-Regala took over as CEO of Leafline Labs in July. He is one of 3 state officials to go work for the new company. After waiting for 2 months, the health department has now released Munson-Regala's emails. WCCO's Liz Collin explains why some think the correspondence with Leafline got a little too cozy.
In April, the then assistant commissioner for the Minnesota Department of Health shared his LinkedIn profile with the interim CEO of Leafline Labs. Manny Munson-Regala emailed that CEO to thank her for accepting the connection. A week later, then asking if they might meet for coffee or other beverage. In May, the co-founder of Leafline emailed Munson-Regala after a site visit. It was an honor to host you and Dan and to share the historic result of our collective dream realized. Dan Schoen, a lawmaker who co-sponsored Minnesota's medical marijuana bill, took a leave from his police officer job in Cottage Grove to be in charge of Leafline's security in that same city. 8 days after that email, Munson-Regala says he was first recruited to fill Leafline's top job.
It doesn't pass the smell test.
DFL Senator John Marty introduced a bill in the last legislative session that calls for a 7-year cooling-off period before making such a move. It's stalled. He's hoping it gains steam after what's gone on at Leafline this summer.
It's certainly been legal. I think it's a question, should it be legal?
Sometimes it seems like it's the land of 10,000 revolving doors.
Minnesota Jobs Coalition President Mark Drake has called for more transparency. The GOP-leaning group is looking at emails like Munson-Regala's to learn who knew what and when.
He was certainly putting forth, a good effort to ingratiate himself with them, which I think some people could find kind of unseemly.
On the day the health department announced its assistant commissioner's departure, Munson-Regala emailed one contact. "I got the proverbial offer, too good to refuse." One person emailed him a congratulations and apologized for having to deal with reporters. And in another email, a lobbyist later called out Senator Marty to Munson-Regala. Sounds like John Marty wants state employees to be indentured for life.
The government is not meant to serve certain people who work for it.
Munson-Regala declined Liz's request for an on-camera interview, but on the phone said that there's no scheme to uncover here and that Leafline only approached him about the job just days before he left the health department. And about that LinkedIn connection, he said he simply wanted to get to know the person leading Leafline better. Munson-Regala was not responsible for selecting which 2 companies would be allowed to sell medical marijuana in Minnesota.